Hi everyone out there, all you beautiful people. Today I want to show you a bit about spinning wool. The other day I showed you how we shear the sheep, so we take the wool off, and today I want to show you how to spin the wool. And I've got a few things here I'd like to show you. Just close up. This is wool from our sheep that we cut off the other day, and I've been pulling out little bits of straw, and just stuff that is not good to get into the wool because it will make it sort of itchy. I haven't got it all out, but wool as it is naturally has lanolin in it. And when you just take it from the sheep and spin it, it's the easiest. But of course there are little bits that are sort of stuck together, so when you're spinning you have to sort of take time to make sure you pull it apart. If you like, you can actually card the wool, which you probably have seen or heard about, and that you can do with these. This is old-fashioned carders. I've got a bigger carder. But you just put the wool onto the carder, and then you can just show it to you. Oops. Get a bit close up. And go like this. And then you turn them around like that, and then you can do it again. It takes a long time, of course, but if you want to make very, very fine, even yarn, this is the way to do it. But apparently it's not very good for the wool. When you want to take it off, you go like this, and it comes off. And then you can see, compared to the raw wool, which has these bits in it where this is the tips of the wool, they're sort of all gone here. But I'm gonna spin this wool just straight from the fleece, because I like that the best. And I'll put the camera so that you can see what it looks like when you spin. This is a spinning wheel I was given from Australia. It's actually an Ashford spinning wheel. But you can actually just spin with a tiny little stick actually, and that's what people have done before they had spinning wheels. Here is some wool that I've made already, that is just what you call one ply. So that's ready to be made into 2-ply wool. And here's it's a jumper I'm knitting. So I need more wool. So I'm going to make some more. So that's just for around the waist, and I'm going up the back. And here's for the collar. It's going to be the collar. So I'll just move the camera and just give you a look at how it looks like when you spin. So here we are, and I put this in my lap because it is quite smelly and dirty. So to avoid getting quite dirty clothes. So you can see the wool goes into this, and if I just break it off, I can show you. I'll put this bobbin, it's called, I've put that on. So now the wool's there, and to get it out, to get it out of the bobbin, you have this little hook. It's like a crochet needle. You just pull it out like that. Now you start the spinning wheel, and it always goes to the right for strong but soft and warm wool, and sort of fluffy wool. So what I just did, I've got this end, and the wool, if you look under a microscope, the wool is full of these little hooks, tiny little hooks, and they hook onto each other. So when I take this wool, which is nice and sort of fluffy, there's a little bit of stuff that needs to come out there, I just put this onto here and hold my finger on it, and it will grab this wool. So get it going, and it's spinning, and it's grabbing this wool. Now I have to make sure it doesn't get too thick, so I pull. But because the wool fibers are so long, I can pull quite far. I just have to make sure it doesn't break. So always sort of pulling approximately the same amount of wool. So sort of feeding. You're feeding this twisting action of the wool. You're feeding into this. And it's in the beginning it's really hard. I learned it when I was 18, and I spent a lot of time. It was so thick, the wool, I had to push it with a needle into there because it was it's so lumpy and thick. But as you go, of course, like everything else, you get better and better, and you can become really, really fast and make, I mean, wool for a jumper. In 3 nights you'll have wool for a whole jumper, which is, I mean, wool is real wool. Natural wool is really expensive here, and so you, apart from, I mean, I just think it's so fascinating that this animal is on the meadow eating grass, and I just cuddled her today, and she's just given all this gorgeous wool that I can make all sorts of stuff out of, socks and jumpers and whatever you like. And she's going to grow a new fleece for next year. And of course, because she's had the wool on her all winter, and they're standing with the cow who lifts up the hay when I feed them hay. She lifts up the hay, and all these little bits of hay drop into the neck of the sheep. So all the neck wool I have to throw out. It's just really dirty. But I realized that quite a lot of it from the sides of the animal is quite clean. So I took it and have just made it ready to spin. So it's really wonderful. And I can just give you maybe a closer look at the wool itself. So I was just going to say that different areas on the body of the animal make different wool. So the stomach wool is quite short and gets very dirty, so you usually don't use that. So now there's quite a lot of dirt here, so I just pull that out. And I've got the end here, and I'm going to start again. I just thought I'd try to show you what the wool looks like. Hope you can see it. This is the tip of the wool, and so you can sort of follow it all the way down and see how long it is. This is not really, really long, but it's really good for hand spinning. And it's quite soft, so I think it's sort of from the sides of the animal. And if when you want very, very strong wool and very sort of shiny wool, you take with the fibers. So you'd spin like this with the fibers, going from either from the bottom or from the top. So you sort of follow the fibers like this. If you want to have a more warm, soft wool, you go, I think it's called a staple. I'll just take some up here that's more easy to see. Here's the staple here. You have the tip of the wool, and it goes down here. Beautiful staple here. Here it is. tip and then there. And when you want soft wool, you take from the middle. So you put it onto here and you let it grab from the middle. So you sort of mess up the wool more, which makes it warmer and more fluffy. So it's actually a matter of pulling back when you this process. It's really not pushing it in, because it's pulling it in, but you have to sort of pull back so that you keep stretching the wool so that it doesn't get too thick. Always making sure it's really loose. And the bobbin here, you can see I've been filling the middle here. Now it's going down the side, so I'll move this so that it will or I can put it here. You can see it's going to do some here now. So you sort of spread it out evenly. It's getting a bit dark now. It's raining outside. We've had some gorgeous spring weather, and the little triplet lambs are just doing so well. So we've had so much frost at night, but now it's getting mild and wet, but it's really wonderful. So here we are, and in the next video about wool, I'll show you how to, when the bobbin is full, how to ply the wool. So you put two wool thin ones together, and it will get to look like this. You have two together like that. It's a bit hard to see now because there's not much light, but it will get to look like this then, and then it's ready for washing. You wash it and then you can knit with it, and it actually turns really, really white. So it's just the dirt and the lanolin that makes it all grey and yellow looking. So I'll just turn the camera back and say goodbye. Okay, so I hope you're all well and enjoying life, and I just wish that you all just are blessed and happy with life as it is, and whatever you're not happy with, that you are, God gives you the strength and the wisdom to move in new directions. So bless you. See you next time.